Right? Just got to hit the deadline. We are live. We're officially live. What's up? Happy Monday, everybody. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I had a good one. NASCAR did not go my way at all. Denny Hamlin finished in the top 10, but overall, my picks didn't do well in the NASCAR race.
But Bush, I mean, he got killed.
He was looking strong. I know.
That he should not be making. So
yeah, and when he got the penalty that knocked him out of the race with like 30 laps to go, he was in 7th or 8th. I don't think he was looking like one of the strong cars that had a shot to win, though.
No, but we could have hit top 5.
We could have, yes, we could have hit top 5, which would have broke me even for the day. So
exactly.
Yeah, a little bit of bad luck.
Listen, I watched the whole thing. I was in it.
Yeah. But my NBA picks did awesome. I feel Sixers money line was sick. By the way, if you're new to betting the NBA, Sundays, you should be leaning dogs before you start. Weird shit happens in those Sunday afternoon games. I really didn't even feel strongly about my Sixers handicap against Dallas, but it's Sunday 1 p.m. game. Weird shit happens. Like you can cash some big plus money dogs there.
Did you know that since the All-Star break, unders are 18-1 on Sunday?
Say that one more time.
In the NBA, on Sundays, since the All-Star break, unders are 18-1.
Unders, really? Okay.
On Sundays.
Sundays are weird. So let's go ahead and get the first poll started. It's Duke on the road at NC State. We got 9 games lined up. Scoop bailed on us today, so it's just the 3 of us. All right. So I'm leaning Duke on this one. Toast, are you making a play in this big game?
I didn't make a play. I was actually kind of leaning where you guys were. I actually lean NC State here. I think this is like the biggest game that you're going to get from NC State, or at least the biggest game that they have left on their schedule. The PNC Arena, it's pretty decent hostile environment. They should get up in this little affair between Carolinas, if you want to call it, or whatever. But NC State's won 3 of the last 4 in that building. It'll be senior night for the Wolfpack. I expect them to have a really good effort and a really good crowd. Not to mention, if you look at like some of the shot quality stuff, a lot of regression stats for Duke, saying that maybe they've been shooting a little bit out of their mind lately. So maybe that comes back down to earth. So I didn't bet the Wolfpack personally, but I would lean that way.
Scoop is in the comments, says he likes Duke at -5.5. Of course, Scoop just giving himself extra half points. That's just how Scoop does. Andy, would you agree with Toast or Scoop?
I agree with Toast here. I rode both of these teams.
Really?
I rode both of these teams on Saturday. I had NC State against North Carolina. They did pretty much exactly what I said. They were going to play a close game, but they were
North Carolina almost covered that at the end.
Yeah, but they were in it. I knew North Carolina State would be in it, but never have a shot to win. That's pretty much how they play. I think it'll be the same thing today, but closer. I think on the road, Duke isn't quite as the same. And NC State needs, when you talk about a team needing a game, they need this game desperately. And Duke doesn't. Nothing changes if Duke loses tonight. Duke is playing really well against weak competition. The one pretty big game they played in that time, I'm counting Virginia as a weak competition because they're a joke. But the one good team they played was Wake. They lost to Wake on the road. This is a good opportunity. Don't see NC State winning it, but I think it'll be very close, come down to the last possession.
Also, Duke has North Carolina on deck. Big game for them. Biggest game in the end for the year.
What day is that? Saturday? Duke, North Carolina? There's plenty of days off in between now and then.
That's true. I'm just saying.
I'll go on an island and take Duke, but I won't be betting this one. I was leaning Duke, and if one of these guys co-signed that, I would have played Duke. But the fact that both of them are leaning towards NC State, probably just going to scare it into a pass for me. There's some NBA bets I like tonight, so I don't need to force one in a college basketball game if I'm not feeling it. Our poll towards Duke, 72%, 25%. So community is leaning towards Duke heavy. Now the next several games, I'm not going to have much to contribute here. So hopefully these guys might have something, or maybe we'll dig into the comments and see if anyone has some leans. Queens at Florida Gulf Coast. I actually know Andy was the one that requested this one, I believe.
Well, yeah, I thought we definitely should put the 2 conference tournament games
Absolutely.
today. The way that I looked at today was the first 4 games I gave you, really good games. The rest of the games I think are going to be very bad basketball games. Everyone's kind of looking forward to their conference tournaments. I think these 2 teams obviously starting their conference tournament. Both of these teams have gone on runs in the past few years, but not quite gotten to the tournament. Florida Gulf Coast, for some reason, always seems to show up for this tournament, even when they're not necessarily good. In my opinion, they are far better than Queens, so I think they should win this one very comfortably. And I wouldn't usually say that because Queens is a pretty good offensive team, and Florida Gulf Coast isn't the greatest defensive team, but they're good enough. Queens' defense is awful. I mean, they literally cannot stop anybody. Florida Gulf Coast is a solid offense. They don't rebound well, but they are hitting shots. I like Florida Gulf Coast heavily in this game. Both of these teams are used to this spot, too, because they always go on runs in this tournament.
Wait, so we're looking kind of split here. Scoop says Queens covers in the comments. Line movement points towards Queens. But I like what Andy said. That some teams just tend to show up in March when the conference tournaments start. And if FGCU is one of those teams, not really a team I want to fade. Toast, you make a move in this conference tournament game?
So I actually bet the over at 156. I don't love it. I didn't put it on VIP. Didn't want to tell anybody, but here we are. And as far as the side goes, I completely agree with Andy. So I picked Eastern Kentucky to win this tournament, but I also put like a tiny little bit on Florida Gulf Coast to win too, because they have the ability to make a run. This Queens team, I love betting on this team when they're at home, but when they're on the road, they just have shown over and over and over their ability to not get the job done. Their last road win against Stetson was probably really big for them. That was a couple games back, but since then they hadn't won a road game since. I couldn't tell you the last time they won a road game. So Queens on the road is just not a spot that I can play. I understand that this is like more of a neutral. It's not a true road game, but regardless, them not at home in their home arena is not a spot that I'd like. So I would like the over a little bit, and I also would side with the favorite as well with Andy.
Cool. I'll do it. Florida Gulf Coast. Let's do it. It does seem like the line movement is pointing towards Queens a little bit. It did drop a point, but it seems to be like both these guys are leaning towards Florida Gulf Coast, so let's do it. Big Feet commented that it is alligator wrestling night. So something to keep in mind there. 42%, 43-41. So Queens did win the poll, though. So the community slightly leaning towards Queens. Next up. I forgot to change the templates for 3 people, so bear with me. Jacksonville, Kennesaw State. I don't know why I put this. I think this one was requested from Twitter. So
same thing. It's another ASUN tournament game.
It is. Okay. Games. All right. Either you guys have a move on this one?
Not really. I would lean Kennesaw, I guess, but I don't really have much on it, to be dead honest with you guys. I know that the Jacksonville offense is absolutely terrible. I know that they can rebound a little bit, but Jacksonville just plays a lot. Very, very good defense. They're one of the better defenses in that conference. So Kennesaw State doesn't do either one really well, but I still think they're a little bit better of the team. So it's for this one. I truly believe it's kind of a coin flip for me personally.
Andy, you have a lean? You're muted.
Yeah, I picked Jacksonville to win this game overall. Me and my boys, we do brackets for conference tournaments. I had them going on a run here. I think this team's, I don't know if they're necessarily better than Kennesaw, but Kennesaw was, finished the season very meh. I don't necessarily love them in this matchup against Jacksonville. So I don't love this game nearly as much as I like the FGCU and Queens game because I think that matchup is fantastic. But I for this game, I'd side Jacksonville. I picked them to win it. So
yeah, all right, let's do it. I'm down to put Jacksonville up for me too. Jacksonville. What is their team? What's their mascot? The Jacksonville what?
Dolphins, I believe.
They're the Dolphins? All right, let's go Fish.
They're the Dolphins, yeah.
They're the Dolphins, yeah.
Let's do it, Fish. I'm on Jacksonville.
They also lost to Kennesaw twice, so you have like little double revenge. And Kennesaw is not playing nearly as good as they were 2 months ago at all. They've just been.
So 63%, 19% in favor of Kennesaw State. So we're on a Jacksonville island here. Scoop says, Andy, when you say me and my boys, do you mean the one boy from Oklahoma?
We started it. Him and I started it, but we started it with like just 3 people. We were doing conference tournament brackets, like every single one. Now there's like 9 of them. So it's a fun little thing.
It's a fun little thing.
It's a fun little thing, Scoop. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's a fun little thing.
Yeah, you'd have to have friends to do that. Scoop.
Yeah, Scoop doesn't know how that works.
All right, SE. I guess that's Southeast Louisiana, SC Louisiana. It's always written as SE. An Incarnate Word. This is another one that was requested from Twitter. This one was not on Toast's ticket, so I don't know if he has anything for you here. I did put a couple on here that I saw on Toast's ticket, but I don't know. I don't think this was one of them. So
It's not.
I'll put this poll up, and if we could just pass on this one though. This is just a request from Twitter.
No, I looked at it. No, I thought it was weird that the line went from Sela 4.5 to 3.5. I'm looking at those charts and everybody seems to be betting. So if I had a gun to my head, I'd take the dog. That line movement's kind of scary. A whole point, and it seems like the world's on SELA. So that's my only lead from reading this game.
Yep. All right, Andy.
I agree. I don't know much about this game. I'd probably just
This
go
one's
with
on me,
dog
guys.
at home.
This one's on me. Usually I text these guys a few hours in advance and let them know which games I added. And this one, neither of these guys even knew that this game was coming.
That probably won't happen again with conference tournaments. We can just literally the night before go through.
Yeah. Well, this today was weird though because I didn't know if we
Yeah.
were doing the show, so the whole thing was kind of thrown together last minute. So sorry about that. That's on me. 48% SE Louisiana, 35% pass. So Southeast Louisiana are pass on that.
I like that dog.
I like that dog. Lamar. Okay, no, this one I got from Toast Ticket. He actually has it in a parlay, I believe, right? Am I right on that?
Yep, you're right.
And we have a graphic made for your parlay. +4. All right, so Toast, your parlay is them in Northern Colorado?
Hold on, let me look now.
I got it
No,
from
your parlay said Montana.
Oh, Montana. Wait, or did they?
Montana, Northern Colorado.
No, Lamar plays.
Hold on, I have the graphic right here.
Yeah. I was gonna say, and
Oh, never mind. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. They play this. You have the wrong Texas A&M up, but that's fine.
Okay, but you're right. I do have a play in this Lamar game. That's why I was confused.
It's Texas
you said the
Com.
parlay.
Damn it, I
We're
suck.
good.
I put
No,
Texas
you're
A&M.
good now. I was making sure that I didn't say something wrong.
So hold on.
All is good. We
These
got it figured out
graphics
now.
say Texas A&M Corpus Christi. It's
The
actually
fact
Texas
that there's
A&M Commerce.
3 Texas A&Ms is ridiculous.
Yeah, damn, I suck.
So it's not on you.
So your Toast is on Texas A&M Commerce +4.5. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So I'm not going to try to make some case that there's some really good team or whatever, but the fact of the matter is we've bet this team 3 of their last 4 games. I think they're playing some of their best basketball of the season right now. Now they have Lamar on the road for their second straight game after an overtime game. I just really like the spot for the home team. Both these teams played earlier in the year at Lamar's home floor. Lamar won by double digits, but I think the boys from Commerce have plenty of motivation here today, and I think they cover this number. So they've been actually playing very good basketball lately. So I'll take my chances with this team.
Jared Bush in the comments says Toast is right. Texas A&M Commerce indeed. So comments seem to like Toast pick here so far. Someone said, Sauce, be quiet, man. I'm kind of the host of the show. It's kind of my job to talk, but I'll try to be a little more quiet for you. How about that? Andy, what do you?
I'm just gonna ride with him on this one. I again don't know. I did the same. I swear I'm not even making this. I did the exact same thing. I mixed up the text. I had to redo the pick graphic because I was like, wait, they don't play Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
I
So
mixed it up.
Texas A&M Commerce +4.5. All right, thank you, Toast. 38%, 39%, 32%. So community seems to be slightly leaning towards agreeing with Toast. Next game. All right.
Somebody said we need our point guard, Scoop. I can
Scoop
tell you
is
right
not
now,
the point guard of this team.
He is. If he's the point guard, he's the guy that never plays. He's Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, there's
Plays
no
in the
way.
blowout.
Northern
He's
Colorado.
Peyton
Even
I
Peyton.
promise you.
That's such an
He plays. Yeah, he
insult to
plays
Peyton
with him.
Pritchard.
Peyton Pritchard.
All right. So, Harper Kid said, Toast, how do I get your picks? He posts on KyleKirms.com. You could see his name's Ryan Sams. So when it posts, it says from, or he might make his name Toast on
No,
there.
it's Toast. It says Toast.
No,
It is Toast
on there.
So when he posts on the website on KyleKirms.com, it says post by Toast. Those are his. He types that, posts it. All right. Northern Colorado at Northern Arizona. This is the one where Toast has a parlay.
Yes. Do you have it a parlay here? So I actually used Northern Colorado. I played them -3.5. I also paired them with North Carolina Central. Look, first are Montana, that one too. I have them in 2 different parlays. I really like Northern Colorado here today. So the Big Sky has Eastern Washington at the very top, and then Weber State, Montana, and Northern Colorado all sit at 11-6. That's the kind of theme of today. I think all 3 of those teams play well. Northern Colorado, just off of 2 big losses, 2 of their last 3 have been losses, but Weber State, Eastern Washington, 2 of the top teams at the conference. It's really hard to scoff at that. They come back. They had a 2-point win in Idaho State, and now they're on the road again and get this Northern Arizona team that has been playing somewhat decent, but they just got beat by a lot against Weber State. And then they had a 2 overtime game against that Idaho State team that they barely won by 4. So it doesn't really matter for me if they're at home or on the road. I mean, they lost to Idaho by almost 10 at home as well. Montana, Idaho State, Weber State also beat them at home. So I don't even trust this team at Northern Arizona at home. So I think Northern Colorado comes in here and possibly tries to find their way into second place in this Big Sky Conference.
I'm telling this right now. It's Northern Colorado and Montana.
I think we're getting a very big discount because this is their 3rd road game essentially in a row, but it shouldn't really matter to me. It doesn't really matter to me.
Tailed, officially tailed. So I'm in, Toast. I'm tailing your parlay here. Andy, did you have a chance to look at this one? This is one I sprung on you last minute.
I did look at it, and I do agree with them. I think the only thing that would hold me back is because they are just so significantly better than Northern Arizona. It's the last game before the conference tournament. Sometimes you'll see a team sleepwalk through it, but I wouldn't necessarily worry because of how much better they are than them. So
well, and that's why I said if they weren't sitting there in a 3-way tie for second, I would be with you there. But they have something to play for tonight. They have to win,
yeah. There's some teams where you'll probably look at that this week. You'll be like, oh, well, they might sleepwalk through. Like I have a pick later in the week that I know team probably going to sleep through that game. And that's going to be a popular theme here.
All right. So someone said I'm sorry. The total for this one's at 155. That comment is right. I don't know why it says 143.5 here. You could tell that these graphics were made by me alone. Andy and Prop Beaver come back into the office tonight. So our poll heavily leaning on Northern Colorado here. 68% said Northern Colorado. Just 9% said they would take Northern Arizona. So heavy lean on, what are they, the Bears? The Grizzlies?
Northern Colorado Bears.
The Bears, all right.
Wow, look at that. Teams we know.
Wait, Texas and Baylor, all right.
Hey!
I can contribute to the conversation. Okay. All right. And before we get started, I want everyone to know that I am definitely leaning towards Texas. So before either of these guys say a word, I'm putting Texas +7 up. Now, whether or not I bet it is dependent on what these 2 guys are about to say. But I am definitely leaning towards Texas +7. So let me put it up for me. Oh, this graphic says 6.5. Is it 6.5 now?
It was when I did the pick graphics. It might have changed.
Let's check.
I did just do them, but
it's both. There's 7s open and there's 6.5s open. So there's 7. There's 2 6.5. FanDuel still has 6.5. All right. So Toast, I know you said you're leaning under, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Andy, go first if you can, so I can write these numbers down.
Yeah, both of these teams I bet on Saturday. Both of them helped. I mean, Texas whooped up on Oklahoma State. What a surprise! And Baylor beat Kansas. I think Baylor
I was surprised. I had Oklahoma State.
Well, I know you. Well, I was far from surprised. Oklahoma State's a bad basketball program. I don't know if we talked about that, but yeah, I like Baylor here to keep doing it. I thought coming off, I think they have a lot of momentum going, and they need to keep the momentum going into the Big 12 tournament because they have a tendency to fade late in seasons, and it costs them late. I don't think that'll happen. I think they are significantly more talented. They are way better than Texas. They are faster than Texas. And I don't love Texas scoring in this game either. I know Baylor's defense isn't great, but it's good enough to stop Texas's offense against pretty much good teams. Texas doesn't play that well against good teams this year. We've talked about that, and I don't think it's a good spot for them. So, Baylor.
All right. So, one against me. Toast?
I would be on your side, too. I like the under more. So, for me, I think a couple things. I don't think that the Baylor defense is as bad as we think it is. Honestly, 67th as far as Ken Palm goes. But my friends over at Shot Quality have that Baylor rated in their defense as the number 13 defense in the country per Shot Quality adjusted defensive rating. Texas comes in at 52 as well. You got Baylor coming off of a actually like a 4-game stretch where they played BYU, Houston, TCU, Texas. Obviously, I get it. Or I'm sorry, Kansas. I get it. Welcome to the Big 12. But both of these teams played on the 20th. The total was 148. I just think that this is like a knockdown, drag-out rock fight here. I'd be more than happy to take the 7, but I think the under is the better play here. Neither one of these teams likes to play fast. Texas 7th in average possession length. Baylor's 14th in average possession length in the Big 12. Neither team has. The only thing that worries me is that both teams shoot free throws pretty decently, but I think that we see a rock fight here tonight, so I would lean under.
So maybe like a Baylor team total under.
I can see that.
Because their team total would probably be pretty high here. Just quick math. Team total for Baylor would be 75.5 based on the total in the line. All right, so 60%, 30%. Community definitely leaning towards Baylor. So
76.5 team total for Baylor.
I'm betting it.
I was like, I think that's a little too many.
Yeah, hold on.
Minus 105 too on FanDuel.
On FanDuel? All right, let me open up FanDuel.
Or 115 on DK, either way. But
no,
yeah.
I want the one that's 105. Sorry, just 1 sec, guys.
I didn't get to watch that Baylor game. I don't know if you were watching it, Toast, because I was traveling. But did they because they were winning most of the game? No, were they dominating Kansas at one point? Because it ended closer than maybe I thought.
I don't think they were really dominating. It was at halftime. I think it was like a 1-point game, 2-point game. It was back and forth. I will say that Kansas looks so much better with McCullough in the lineup. Just defensively, he does so many small little things like tagging and switching and creating steals that they look like a different team. But Baylor is Baylor at home. So, I mean, RJ Dennis went kind of off. I mean, so that's always kind of nice. So, and Baylor also hit 41% from deep. So, and Jacoby Walters was 2 for 9. So that contributed to a lot of it. So,
someone asked if I had to estimate how many hats I own. I honestly don't know. A shitload. We were just talking about this before. I have like a VIP account or whatever on Fanatics. So if I spend X amount of dollars every 3 months or something, they give you like a really huge discount if you spend money with them. So every couple months I'll get an email be like, you have 6 days to spend $250 or whatever to be eligible for the discount. So I'm just like, add the cart. All right. So recently I just got a batch of new baseball hats in for spring is right around the corner. So Idaho State at Montana. You guys already know why this one's on the show because this is the other half of Toast Parlay. I don't know if Andy got a chance to look at this game, but I'll get the poll up and I'll put Toast Parlay up here, which should be right. Where is it? There it is. All right, so there's Toast Parlay. Montana money line is the second half of that parlay.
Just really quickly on Montana too, they've been playing really, really good basketball. I mean, since the beginning of February, the only teams that they've lost to is Eastern twice and Northern Colorado. Obviously, like I talked about, Eastern number 1, and then we have a 3-way tie for second. So these higher tier teams in the Big Sky have been beating up on the lower tier teams. So it's just really hard for me to think that Montana comes in here at home and lays an egg against an Idaho State team that they beat by double digits on the road. Like I said, it's really hard for me to believe that Montana can't win this game today.
Hey, I have a Cubs hat. Someone asked, waiting to see you in a Cubs hat. I have a couple Cubs hats. And Scoop, who said, I never get him any hats. Scoop, I just got a big box of these shirts in. If you want one, just let me know. I'll mail one to you.
Do your other friends buy your wardrobe for you, Scoop?
Yeah, what the hell kind of weird ass shit is that?
Like,
I don't think I'd wear it.
I think Scoop would like one of these Dodger hats. Andy?
What size of hat do you wear?
From now on, when you buy something, just call Scoop. Make sure he wants it. I would side with him too. I think this will be a pretty ugly game. From everything Ken Palm shows, I mean, Montana's like everybody else. They're an amazing offense, terrible defense. Usually those teams can blow teams out. Idaho State has no qualities about them that would make you think they keep this close. So Montana, like he said, the tie, he makes a good point. The tie for the Big Sky, being in that tiebreaker, you kind of have to play well your last game. So you can't look ahead. So I like that, Montana.
Yeah, and I already I tailed Toast on that parlay. So I'll put this up for me because I tailed him. Our community is heavily leaning towards Montana. It looks like 58% to 18% is on the Grizzlies. Last game coming, and we have, I don't even know what it is. Nicholls State, Northwestern State here. Line is Northwestern State catching 2 at home. I don't even know what. I think this was another Twitter request, guys.
Yeah, somebody requested this.
So I don't know if you guys don't have anything to share. No worries. Like, if you guys,
I didn't bet it, but it just doesn't. I don't really understand the line, so I would lean Nicholls here. I think that they've been playing pretty damn good basketball lately. Not to mention, like, Northwestern State's been decent too. It's hardly hard to that, but Nicholls is losing to teams like McNeese State twice in a row and Lamar. I mean, teams that are, McNeese State 66 in Ken Palm, Lamar 216, Northwestern State 321. Anytime that Nicholls plays these teams in the 300s, they win, and they win by margin. So it's just really hard for me to go any other way.
sounds good. Nicholls State sounds cool with me. I'll put it up. I have no idea. Didn't even know Northwestern State was a goddamn program. So, Andy?
Yeah, I would bet Nicholls too. I had them against New Orleans, and this is a pretty similar situation on the road. And they blew New Orleans out, so I'll stick to them here because Northwestern State's just as bad.
Dude, New Orleans is terrible too.
Yeah.
So we all lean towards Nicholls. This won't happen tomorrow. This was my bad that we added these games last minute, and I didn't give these guys a chance to look at any of them. So there's a few of them that they're like, oh shit, okay, we're talking about Nicholls. Like, they're just going off the dome.
Hey, but at least we're not coming up here acting like we know everything.
No, well, that's good.
Yeah,
Everyone's honest. Yeah. So how about a quick community parlay? We got time.
I'm not going to pretend I know Northwestern State basketball.
No, I mean,
I can tell you I've watched Nicholls a few times. And,
yeah, I have too.
But other than that, I definitely have not watched a Northwestern State basketball game this year.
Did the community? We all picked Jacksonville, but didn't the community pick Kennesaw State?
Yeah, they did.
Probably. Which makes me want to bet Jacksonville.
I think a lot of people love Kennesaw because
Queens.
last year they became like March darlings, right? Didn't they? Because they had Abdur Rahim. People love him.
Is he
Abdur
Rahim, the guy on Georgia now?
No, the coach.
Oh,
USF coach now.
Didn't you also like Howard?
Yeah, I did like Howard.
I forgot to put that one.
Yeah, I can read that. Honestly, I just think Howard's a better team. So they're going in opposite directions as well. Howard's one of the better offensive teams in that conference. And they don't really defend that well, but you don't have to worry about Delaware State scoring. They have a really good defense, but they don't score at all. So
Delaware State 340th in offense.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
So yeah, Howard. I forgot. I meant to add that one. So Toast is on Howard.
Somebody said Abdur Rahim is with South Florida. Yes, he was not last year.
I thought he was with Georgia.
No. The coach.
Oh, Sharif.
The coach is now. Oh, is it sure? It's not.
The guy from Portland. He played on Portland back in the day.
No. It's his brother.
Oh,
I can't think of his first name. It's not coming to me. Is
and the Abdur Rahim that's on Georgia. What's his relation? He's
the
brother's kid?
He's the brother's kid, I believe.
So he's Sharif's nephew.
Actually, I think he might be Sharif's kid. I don't know. It's confusing. There's a lot of Abdur Rahims in basketball because they're not the only ones.
How do you spell that?
Abdur Rahim is ABDUR hyphen. Is it? I think it might be RAHIM.
Yes.
I think it's not the EEM. I think.
You know what?
He played on Portland. The Sharif Abdur Rahim played on Portland. He was pretty nice.
He's Sharif's son because Sharif was at the game the other day because they got honored. They honored the seniors. So yeah.
First leg of the community parlay is Duke. So let's go Duke money line. All right. Next we'll go with Nicholls. Nicholls State money line. What else did we talk about? Northern Colorado money line. This is going to be a weird looking community parlay, man. Texas Baylor. They took Baylor. And we'll go with Idaho. We'll go Montana money line.
Scoop asked how much we missed him today.
Oh, sure. Yeah, Abdur Rahim was also on the Vancouver Grizzlies. Good call.
one of the nicest jerseys in sports.
Someone said L.A. Clippers money line is a lock. I'm on Milwaukee. So
We have word on Giannis yet?
nope. Still
Well, it's a
questionable.
holiday, right?
Yeah, it's a holiday.
I believed that for like 5 minutes until I looked at the Discord again.
Yo. Someone said Scoop is like the player in Hoosiers that never plays and shoots his foul shots like a granny shot. To this short kid.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know what he's doing that he can't like get on a camera. Like he's in the comments the whole time
Because he
can
has his
give his
kids.
best.
You don't have kids, Andy. You don't know what that's fucking like, bro.
But I'm just saying, like
You don't know what it's like.
I don't know what
You
it's.
know what
I
it's like.
certainly don't know what it's like, and I hope it's a long time before I do.
All right, so Baylor, Northern Colorado, and Baylor. We'll put both of them in because both got a lot of votes. And then for the last leg, Kennesaw State, Queens, Montana, Nicholls. That's what we'll do. Kennesaw State, Montana. Kennesaw State money line, Montana money line, Queens money line, and Nicholls State money line. There we go. What's the last leg of the community parlay?
I also, actually, you know what, Andy? I apologize to you there because now that I think about it, his kids are kind of grown, so their excuses get smaller and
What's the
smaller.
age? What's the age that like you can't just tell?
I mean, they're
them,
not
like, hey,
grown, but I
like
mean,
what's
my
the
kid's
age where
16
a
months.
kid you can't tell like, hey, I'm gonna go live for an hour. I'm just like legitimately asking like
His
what
kid,
age,
Scoop's kid is like one. It's like an infant. He's like a little thing.
I know, but he tells me, he said that he can't do it because of the girls, I thought.
Oh, really? Why?
I don't know. Maybe
those-
I'm wrong on there.
Those girls are
I'm
grown. They're like
I'm just
7
curious
and 5.
like what age it is where you can't tell the kid like hey, or like put the kid like if they're
Honestly,
one they're not
why
making
don't
much
I don't
noise, right?
understand why wouldn't you just send them to military school and be done with it?
That's the great idea.
Dude, my 16-month-old sits right there on the couch and watches me
That's
do
what
it.
I mean. Like
Yeah, see, toast has ambition. Some people do,
girls
some
are
people
12.
don't.
He said the girls are 12. Then no excuse.
Yeah, 12
yeah,
years
no,
old?
No
When I was
excuses,
12 years
Scoop.
old, you could put me, and I'm not a girl, but you could put me on the couch. I'd watch anything. You could tell me, hey, I'm going to do my work for an hour. I'm not going to bother you. I don't
Community,
even bother.
community parlay: Duke, Northern Colorado, Baylor, Montana.
Plus 252.
Ooh,
Somebody
it's a chalky one. It's a chalky one from the community today. We got, let's make it a little smaller. Duke, Northern Colorado, Baylor, Montana, plus 252. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow we'll be back same time with a much better slate of games.
Yes.
I don't know if Scoop's going to join us or not. We'll have to see.
See if his kids let him. I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe his kids might want to eat an afternoon snack, and Scoop needs to sit and eat with them instead, I guess. So everyone have a good night. Oh, if you're watching the NBA show, I'll be back in 27 minutes. It'll be me, Prop Beaver, Finesse the Books, FTB. He's coming back. So it'll be us three in 27 minutes. So I will see you back here later.